Today we will study about uniform distribution in a discrete scenario. So in the last class you have studied about what a probability distribution is, the ideology behind a probability distribution, and yes, of course, to the end I have explained the definition of probability distribution, how you connect the frequency distribution and probability distribution with the help of some examples. And also towards the end of the video I just mentioned about the different types of distribution that you will be dealing with in the coming classes. So as I said, the first distribution that you are going to deal with is the uniform distribution in a discrete scenario. Okay, so again you have noted that I have written here discrete case. So similarly, a uniform distribution also exists for a continuous case when x is a continuous random variable. Okay, now just we will move towards an example right now, and then we will come to the uniform distribution. So my example is again throwing a die. Okay, so when you throw a die, you all know that x can take values like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this example you will have you might have studied in your probability theory classes. Okay, so you are familiar with this example. So again, just keep this example in your mind, and what is the probability of getting the value so what is the probability of x when x takes the value 1? Okay, yes, it's right. It is 1 by 6. Again, what is the probability of x when x takes the value 2? Yeah, it is again 1 by 6. Again, what is the probability of x, the random variable x, when it takes the value 6? Yes, it is also 1 by 6. So this thing you are familiar with. So I'm just going to write down what I got or what I just said right now. So that is probability of x is equal to 1. That is probability of x when x takes the value 1 is 1 by 6. So here why I have wrote f of 1, it is simply f of x. Okay, this is the, yes, it is the yeah, this is a discrete scenario. So what is this? Yes, it is the probability mass function. Okay, all these things you have studied in the last semester, but just to refresh it. Now, again I have written that probability of x is equal to 2 when x takes the value 2 is 1 by 6, and probability of x is equal to 3 is also 1 by 6, etc. If I move on like that, I get a probability of x is equal to 6 is equal to 1 by 6. So in this particular experiment, or in this particular case, you might have noted that x takes the value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. That is, x over here is what kind of variable is x? Yes, it is clear from the example that I have given here. It is clear that x is a discrete random variable, and you can see that all the probabilities that it has taken is yeah, they all are equal. Okay, so you get 1 by 6, 1 by 6, 1 by 6, and 1 by 6, whichever values you take, whichever value, in the sense when x takes these values corresponding to this example, you get all the probabilities as 1 by 6. So there is a common format that you see over here in this particular example. So the probability comes in a manner that 1 divided by a number. Okay, so for example, if you take another case, I won't be showing that another case. Just imagine, just give an thought about the another case is nothing but throwing or flipping a coin. If you flip a coin also, yeah, the probability of getting a head, or the probability of getting h is 1 by 2, and the probability that you won't get a head, you won't get a head means you will get a tail, right? That is also 1 by 2. So in that case also you are getting something probability like both the probabilities are the same, and it is in the format or in the format of 1 by 2. That is 1 divided by some number. That is, that some number is nothing but, yeah, all the favorable, the total not all the favorable, sorry, the total number of cases. That is, how do you denote the total number of cases in probability? Yes, by small n. So taking that into account, I'm going to show you something. So therefore you can summarize what we have written over there as in a line, like what f of x is equal to 1 by 6, provided x takes the values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So whatever I have written over there, I just summarize that in a sentence or in a particular equation. Okay, as you can see over here. Now, why did I do that? I just want to connect my example with the uniform distribution. So let's see. Here x is a random variable which follows a uniform distribution. That is what I have written over here. Now, is this sentence true or not? You will have to check the definition or what is actually a uniform distribution. So let's have a look at what is a uniform distribution, keeping the example in your mind. Okay, so a random variable x is said to follow a uniform distribution, okay, of discrete type. Yeah, till this discrete type is what we have satisfied till now. That is, in our example, x is discrete, okay, if the probability mass function of the random variable is given by, now let's see, f of x is equal to 1 by n. So you just connect this thing with your example, previous example. What is it? We got f of x is equal to 1 by 6, right? So instead of 6, you can get 1 by 2 when you take the coin flipping example. So this is a general formula for format. F of x is equal to 1 by n, provided x takes the values x1, x2, x3, etc., xn. So when you connect with your previous example, it is f of x is equal to 1 by 6, provided x takes the values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, so there is a similarity between your example and the definition of uniform distribution, and hence the random variable x satisfies all the rules and regulation that is put forward by the uniform distribution of discrete type, and hence we can say that in the previous example x followed a uniform distribution. Okay, I hope you got the idea between what I wanted to convey. Okay, so now, or this can be equal to 0 elsewhere. If any other case comes in, then it is 0, the PMF. Okay, now, so that was all about the definition of uniform distribution. Now from here on, you have to make a point that whatever distribution you study, there will be some properties of that particular variable which follows a particular distribution. So we will have to study the properties of the uniform random variable or the uniform distribution. Now let's see what are the properties. Now we have to find out the mean. So if it is another distribution also, you will have to do the same methodology. You will have to follow the same process of finding the properties. For finding the properties, you will have to find mean, variance, MGF. Okay, so let's have a look at the mean of the uniform random variable. Now I hope you all know the definition or the formula for expectation of x to find the mean, right, which is equal to summation x into f of x. This was this general formula. Now how will you apply this thing for the uniform random variable? That is what you have to look. Now that is equal to summation f of x. It is clear that in a uniform random variable, if x is a uniform random variable, then the corresponding f of x or the corresponding PMF, that is the probability mass function, is what? Yes, it is 1 by n. If you have any doubt, you can go back to the previous slide and you just have a check on the definition. Okay, so what is it? If I take 1 by n is a constant, I take it outside, then summation x, it is simply x bar. So this is the mean of the uniform random variable. Okay, now the next property is the variance of a uniform distribution. Again, here I'm going to write down the general formula. Variance of x is equal to expectation of x square minus expectation of x the whole square. And now I hope you know what this is. Right, the second term is x bar the whole square. Now you have to find out what is expectation of x square. Okay, so expectation of x square is equal to summation x square multiplied by again your f of x, that is 1 by n, which is equal to 1 by n. Take the 1 by n outside, summation x square. Then variance of x is equal to, you just substitute the values over here, you will get the answer. So this is the variance of a uniform distribution. Now next property is that you have to find out the rth row moment. So how do you represent, or how do you denote the rth row moment? The general notation? Yes, it is mu r dash, which you have studied in the last chapter. Mu r dash is equal to, what is it? It is also a kind of expectation. So expectation of x raised to r is equal to summation x raised to r f of x, which is equal to summation x raised to r multiplied by, you know what is f of x in this case? Yes, 1 by n. So that is the rth row moment. Now I want the next property, that is the moment generating function. So moment generating function is notated by mtx. I hope you all know that. You have studied in your last chapter, which is equal to expectation of e raised to tx, that is equal to summation e raised to tx multiplied by f of x. Okay, now what is your f of x? 1 by n. So summation e raised to tx by n. If you want, you can take this n outside, then also it's not a problem because n is a constant here. So that was regarding our what uniform distribution and the properties. Now as you can see, this distribution was very simple to learn, but it has a lot of applications, and you also know, now you are familiar with two examples also. So in the next class we will come up with some problems regarding the uniform distribution. I hope all of you have understood the class. Thank you.